angry Canadian on here. I don't know who he's arguing with. They run 3803, now they're on 3810. What's up, Eric? Can you guys hear the stream? I've got the phone inside the house. I gotta make sure the settings on here. This Canadian dude is off the hook. There's nothing on the radio whatsoever. Like, it's just like, oh man. I found these guys on 3803, and then they were moving around. And I used to be able to hear the other guy he was talking to. I got a gigantic GMRS antenna at the thrift store. I decided to go over there right before they closed. It's like a brand new Retivus. I think it's called an M300. It's a gigantic fiberglass looking thing with a big coil and a steel bracket. And I looked them up. They're $119. There's two versions, an M300 and M400. One's GMRS and one's dual band. And I put the Nano VNA on it. and it's basically, I don't know, 2 or 3 to 1 SWR on the 2 meter band, but pretty flat all the way up to like 500 megahertz. So it probably could be used on 2 meters, but I'm pretty sure that it's the GMRS one. But if it was at the thrift store, it's an Amazon return, so maybe somebody ordered a 2 meter 441 and it didn't work right. And then having it lay on the floor, I don't know how accurate it is, but it's looks like it's never been used. It's just missing the U-bolt brackets. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll try and sell it. I'm not really sure how good it is to have other antennas hooked up. So let's say you've got a loop antenna that goes around your house, which I do, and in the backyard you have some other antennas. Seems like if you were transmitting, wouldn't you get RF into those other radios? I mean, these people that we're talking about, like using multiple antennas, have them like 1,000 feet apart or something, not like 40 feet apart or 20 feet apart. Because what I wanted to do was hook up one of my CB radios and put an antenna up, and then hook up like a GMRS antenna and put it up, and I could just have a radio on all the time on different, things. But I'm afraid that if you do that, you'll probably blow up the CB radio, and you might blow up the 2 meter 440 radio. The only way to really, I guess, test that theory, you can take an SWR meter, watt meter, and hook it up backwards to your antenna and see how many watts that you got coming through, and that'll give you a better idea. Boy, this guy's just going on and on. This thing here might be good for GMRS if I put it up on a pole. I've got part of like a 20-foot tower, but I just didn't know how the hell I would put it up temporarily. I expect a storm to come through any minute. I was down at the thrift store talking bad about one of the guys that works there, and then I realized the person I was talking to probably going to go tell him everything I said. I wish these people would just get new jobs or something. Not that I need any crap from the thrift store, but the Kenwood's underneath it. This is the ICOM. I just have the light off. I don't know if I can move this thing. I noticed one thing about this house. All the curtains have a pattern on one side and they're plain on the other. And I think that the plain side is supposed to be on the inside, isn't it? I think all the curtains in this house are backwards. So my ham clock quit working, and I keep getting all these people that tell me, oh yeah, just switch it over to the other server. I'm like, great. You want me to switch it over to the server that the guy that bought the name hamclock.org? I forget where I read this, but it was a post by this guy. It might have been the WD4 Dan guy. I don't know. I can't remember. But the guy in Florida said that he talked to Elwood a couple of years ago and told Elwood that he could be making a lot of money with Hamclock. And he said that Elwood told him, well, that's just it. Hamclock is open source, so anybody can do it. And then he said that he decided to purchase the domain name hamclock.org. And this is kind of a funny conversation that came from this guy, because he posted this information a couple of months ago and said that he was going to save Hamclock. And he was talking about how Elwood left a back end open on the server so that he could redirect the traffic somewhere else. And he said it's almost as if Elwood did it on purpose. Well, I don't think he did it on purpose. He probably did it in case he needed to change something for himself. But this guy announced this in a posting on some forum somewhere, and he said that he was going to host Hamclock himself for free, and that there was never going to be a paywall, and there wouldn't be any advertising, and he was going to do it for free. And it just struck me as real funny, because here's this guy, he told Elwood he could be making money, he bought the domain name, and then a few years later, after Elwood's dead, he says that he's going to set up a server that everybody can use for free. And there's never going to be a paywall. What's he getting out of it? It's not free to run a server. It costs money, and it requires somebody to maintain it. So, I don't believe the guy. And I don't want to redirect my Hamclock to his server. Like, I really don't. And if Elwood really wanted that to happen, he would have had it to where he would have arranged something with someone before he committed suicide. And this guy is just like the rest of the people that have come along to try and become opportunists. You know, it is what it is. But I posted a thing about it, and everybody keeps saying, no, Hamclock's not dead, just go over to this guy's server. It's like, I don't want to go to that guy's server. I don't trust him, and I don't really care. I think it's going to come out in the wash that the guy's a shady piece of crap. He's not going to sit here and pay for Hamclock for years and years for people to use it for free, unless he's going to get, paid to do it. It'll be like the open Hamclock where it says, here, buy me a coffee, aka donate some money to me, which is okay if that's all that you expect or want to run the server. If you're transparent about it and say, I'll run the server for Hamclock, but I need donations because this costs money to run. I'll volunteer my time for free, But he didn't say any of that shit. You know, he said he was going to do it for free, and he had to make the statement that there would never be a paywall. Why do you need to mention that unless you're thinking about doing it? Nobody else mentioned it. So that guy posted something somewhere, I don't know, it was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever. And a bunch of people switched over. And so they never ever had their ham clock crash out on them. So I think the ham clock officially went offline July 14th. And at first, mine like did some weird stuff. But the website apparently is still up. So I think they took over the website, Clear Sky Institute. I think they took over that. We somehow got a hold of that. And I guess if you want to configure a new ham clock and you use the source code from their page, it'll probably point it to the other guy's server. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really want anything to do with it. In fact, I'm probably just going to use my Raspberry Pi to run Clipper on my printer. Boy, there's like nothing on the radio. Wasn't the guy WD4 Dan? Isn't that the WD-40 jammer dude? I'm like, so I think the guy that calls himself WD-40 on 7200, it might be a joke at this guy. Man, you used to be able to tune through this band at night because it's only 12:25 right now. You used to be able to tune through this band at night. You hear this every night, but you would just hear like tons and tons of conversations. And it's like, there ain't nothing. I'm like, is my antenna broken? I got the Triple H net. Chuck.
Let me check. Ron, VK2 DDT got eliminated somehow off the list. Anyhow, I will get you back on there, Chris. And probably going to get you the turn.
This guy's got a bunch of crazy ass wire beam antennas. I mean, he must be like on a 500-acre lot.
Okay, he is not there at the moment. VK2 DDT, thanks for keeping us straight there, Chris. Your turn, over.
Probably not going to hear anybody but Chuck. I don't know if you remember that guy David that used to ask all the questions on 3853. And David's the one that had the radio blow up. Well, he died Sunday. I think it was Sunday. Sunday or Monday. I think maybe Monday. He died 2 days ago. So these guys were trying to get involved in his business a couple of months ago. But you know who I'm talking about. David's the one that blew up the 710. And you know he's asked all the questions. And we used to give him a hard time about using really old coax. But anyway, he had, I think, prostate cancer. And I guess he just thought it was going to go away. Or I don't know the whole story, but he had cancer, prostate cancer, and maybe he thought he was going to have a herbalist take care of it, something like that. And then it spread to his bones, and he started feeling really shitty one day, and he went to the ER, I guess. And this is like maybe 2 months ago max. I don't think it was even that long ago. And so they put him on hospice at home. And one of the local guys was like trying to get him to sell all his equipment, take it to the Ham Fest over here locally. He was going to sell it for him. And I'm friends with both of these guys, and the other guy tells me that he was trying to convince him to take his stuff to the Ham Fest and get rid of it. And he said that, you know, David was like not wanting to get rid of it and crying over it. It's like, dude, the guy is fucking dying, and you're pressuring him to sell his equipment before he fucking dies. And I didn't say anything. I just, you know, filed a mental note. I'm like, this is fucked up. This is what's wrong with ham operators. They think that we need to help everybody get rid of their shit before they die. Now, David has maybe as much radios as I do or less. And most of them aren't really anything anybody wants. But look, the guy's fucking dying. Leave him alone. You're not helping. Well, you're telling him, look, dude, you're dying. You need to get rid of your radios. Great. You know, he's already gone through a bunch of pain and mental stuff. And I just don't understand what's wrong with these people where they would, like, do that to somebody that they call a friend. Like, if one of my friends was dying, I wouldn't be like, yo, dude, you need to get rid of your radios before you die because it's going to be such a burden on your old lady that you've been married to for 50 years. I mean, his wife is not going to fucking have a problem unless she's trying to move. And that would make sense. So look, if she wanted to move because he's not there anymore, then yeah, I could see getting rid of all the stuff. But the guy was laying up in his bed in the house, waiting to fucking die. And here's this other dude telling him to get rid of all of his stuff. You know, what does it matter when he's dead? He don't care. But he wants his stuff while he's still alive. And the other guy wanted me to go over to the house with him to help move everything around so that it was comfortable for him to operate his radio. You know, and he only got on the radio like one time that I know of, maybe 2 times after his hospital visit. So they put him on hospice. He got on the radio the next day. I talked to him. And nobody would tell me what was going on. One of the other guys called me on the phone and said, look, dude's dying, and blah, blah, blah. I had sent a text message to David. He never answered me. And then I found out what was going on, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to bother him. So last time I talked to him was on the radio. I don't know when that was, probably in June. But he got on the radio a couple more times. I never got to talk to him. Now he's gone. Kind of shitty. And these guys are going to sit here and take all his shit and supposedly sell it for the wife. And I mean, what the fuck, man? We don't need people to do this shit. These guys ain't helping nobody. They're helping themselves. I mean, I'm gonna watch and see what they do, but I think they're just helping themselves. They're like, yeah, we'll sell all David's stuff and we'll keep some stuff for ourselves and we'll sell the rest and we'll give it to his wife. It's like a bunch of fucking vultures, man. And as soon as they knew he was gonna fucking die, you know what I mean? You need to get rid of the radios. One dude's got his broken 710. And he claims he's gonna send to fucking Yaesu to get fixed to sell for the money to give to the wife. And here's the thing. I don't think the wife needs the money or cares about the money. But these guys sure fucking think it's important, because they're trying to pretend like they're doing something nice. Like all of the other hams that you hear about, they all play the same game. Oh, let me help. Yeah, they're just circling. Yep. And none of these guys have been on the radio for the last 3 days. I've been checking to see if they jump on there to see what they have to say. Because they're probably already all over at his fucking house divvying up his shit. I bet you these fuckers went to his house the next day after he fucking died. He died on Monday. They probably were over there Tuesday and Wednesday. And the other guy is probably staying up at the one guy's house who lives near me. And they're going to just take all his shit. Now, what originally, before they told me what was going on with him, they said he was sick. And I thought, well, okay, he's sick. And he's going to be all right, but he's had a stroke, you know what I mean? That's what I thought. I figured he went to the hospital and he had a stroke. And I was thinking that maybe, he just wasn't able to walk anymore or something. And so they were like telling me that I should try to get one of the radios from him and buy it because he's going to be getting rid of a bunch of his stuff. They told me he decided to get rid of a bunch of his stuff. That's what they told me. And I said, yeah, I'd really like to have his ICOM 756 Pro 3. It might be a Pro 2. And I said, I'll buy it. And they told me, yeah, you need to ask him about it. And I never did. I sent him a message after he got out of the hospital to see what was going on, what was wrong with him. And he never replied. And then maybe a week later, one of those other guys called me on the phone and told me what had happened. And I'm like, well, I don't want his radio now. I thought he was just, disabled. I didn't know he was dying. I told the other guy, I said, he doesn't even have but a fucking month left. And I was right. Because I told Elizabeth, and she's like, he's going to fucking be gone quick. I really do think they just think she's going to just tell him to take it all. I don't need the money, And what's sad is the one dude has recently sold some expensive amplifiers that were offered to me for like $400. And the guy claims that they were one-owner amplifiers that he got from the dude that sold me the FT450. So this same guy complains about other people doing this. And he gets equipment from other people, fixes it, and then says it's one owner. He sold this fucking radio, or these amplifiers. He had them listed for like $3,500 each. They were different alpha amplifiers. And I know he sold one of them. And then if I ever ask him how much he sold something for, or bought something for, he would tell me, that's weird. Why would you ask somebody that? And Because I asked him one time, he bought like a Collins radio. I asked him how much he paid for it. He told me I was a weirdo for asking him how much that he paid for a radio. And what it boiled down to was because he didn't want me to know what he paid for the radio because I might tell the guy he sold it to. And there's been a bunch of times I found this guy's business out because I'm part of the DX club, and he posts stuff and he buys stuff off of the DX club's forum. And he's gotten a couple of radios for like $100 that he sold for $1,000. And he didn't want nobody to know that. He got them for $100. And the thing is, he doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the equipment. He just enjoys getting over on people for some fucking weird reason. So I don't expect anything good to come out of that situation. And then the other dude, he's not really on the radio that much. And so I don't know why he would want any of the equipment either. Or why he would want to tell the guy that he needs to get rid of his shit while he's dying. But it's going to be interesting to see what these guys do. Now, if they do say, hey, would you like to buy David's radio, the ICOM 756? As long as it's not some stupid price, I'll buy it. Elizabeth said, tell him you'll buy it, but you want to personally give the money to David's wife. The one thing I don't want to do, I don't want any part of that crap, and I don't want to be going to any kind of funerals, or doing any of this other stuff. I don't want any part of it. And these guys are good. They make everything ugly and nasty. It's like, I don't really think my friend would have wanted like a big hubbub made over anything. Like, he's gone, and he's not suffering anymore, and he's moved on, whatever that is. I don't really think that he would be real happy about these guys trying to do this shit. And the other thing is, he didn't want to get rid of his equipment when he knew he was dying. So, but how come the wife can't keep some of the radio stuff to remember him by? I mean, I got radios in the house, and if I died and my wife got rid of everything, there would be nothing to remember me by. All of the memories would be erased. It's like these hams, like they just want to erase the person's existence. They want to erase their entire legacy. We want your equipment. And they act like, oh my God, we've got to get rid of all this stuff out of here. Otherwise, the wife is going to be just overwhelmed. Unless she's trying to move out of the house and sell the place. I told Elizabeth, something happens to me, just take all my shit to fucking Goodwill. Or whatever you want to keep, or whatever the kids might want, but otherwise, don't let any ham operators have any of my stuff. None of it. I don't give a fuck who they are, or if they say they know me, or whatever. I said, nobody. None. You take my shit and throw it in the garbage can before you let a ham operator have it.
David in Campbell, California. Your turn, David.
Now, it's different if you're like, you're sick and you're like, hey, Eric, I want you to have all my stuff. You do what you feel is right with it, That's one thing. But David didn't want to get rid of his stuff, and unless I'm unaware, I don't think he made any kind of agreements or arrangements. But they convinced him at the hospital, hey, dude, look, you got a limited amount of time. You need to start getting rid of your stuff because you got a lot of stuff, and Your wife's not going to be able to deal with it. He had a radio station in the house, and then he had a shed with another radio station, and he had 2 antennas up. So I don't really think it was a bunch of stuff for her to worry about. And she could have just left it all. He was using his 7300 and the Mercury amplifier, and I think a G5 RV or something. And that could have just stayed right there in the fucking house. And his wife could turn the radio on and listen to these guys talk that she used to listen to. She's been on the radio before. Maybe she wanted to get her license. Maintain his station. You know? I mean, fuck. Why do these guys assume that all the gear just needs to be gone? Because they're just fucking sick, psychopath fucking vultures. Crazy.
Victor Hotel, Foxtrot, Ryan in Washington State. Your turn, Ryan.
I'm gonna make sure all I have when I die is a bunch of CB radios. They can have all these Cobras.
Okay. Now, Victor, Kilo X-ray 7, Victor.
But if I was like David, I probably would have already donated all my stuff to Goodwill. You know, I would have been like, I would have told my wife, get this shit out of here. Because here's the thing, where we live, you can't sell any of this shit for anything anyways. So if you wanted to sell a 7300 before they came out with the new one, you could. It took me 2 months to sell my 7300. I got $800 for it, and it was a year old. That was a different radio. I still have one, but it took me a year to sell my 991A for $800. A year. I had somebody offer me $300 or $400 for my 3000. So there's no way would I want my wife to have to deal with trying to sell this stuff. Just throw it away. It's not worth enough money to deal with these greedy fucks. You just dump it. You know, if the kids want something, let them keep it, but otherwise, get rid of it. I mean, my wife knows what the shit's worth, but she also knows that it ain't gonna sell. Now, if I lived in Washington, I could sell all my equipment real easy. There's a guy down the street from me. It used to be, he had a big, huge beam in a tower. He had a stepper on a beam, or on a tower. And his name was Monty. And when he got sick, they were all over at his house. He got sick a couple of times, right? They were helping with his antenna. They were helping him with this. They were doing some ass kissing. They had a party over at his house. And when he died, these local fucking scumbags, they bought his FTDX 5000 for like $300. That's what they gave the family for it. I don't know what they gave him for the SB220. Probably not much. And somebody from out of state came and got the antenna and the tower for like under $1,000. I don't know, a couple $100 or something. Of course, they had to take it down and all that, but these guys got that 5,000 for like $300. I'm gonna guess. I think the same guy. He lives out in out towards Montezuma's Castle. And they call him Doc, and he's an idiot. He's actually really dumb. He's the guy that didn't know which. He was talking about using the tuner in the radio with the amplifier to tune it to the antenna. So he thought he hooked the radio to the amp and that the radio's tuner could tune the antenna. Yeah, if the amp is off. Fucking idiot. As each year goes on, I become more and more cynical with ham radio people. It shouldn't be this way, you know? It's sad.
I don't know what the crop is like that direction, but do not hear them there at all there, Ron Keenan.
And what's worse than these kind of people is there's a group of people that I think they like pose as Cub Scout leaders, and they try and they message people that are selling stuff. I've had them message me before. And they try and get you to donate your equipment to the Cub Scouts. Now, my ICOM 756 Pro 2 that I had, that I traded the guy for my amp, came from a guy that was a Cub Scout leader. And it got donated to him for free. That was the one where they JB welded the RIT knob. And I didn't notice it until after I traded him. I drove to Casa Grande to trade a early FT1000 MP for a Pro 2. Now, I'm honestly going to tell you, I made a mistake getting rid of that radio. Because I traded my 761, which was a really good radio, and the Pro 2, for a Ten-Tech Centurion amplifier that I never used. I've got an SB220 right there. I don't know if you can see it.
18-wheel mobile. Your turn, Jim.
And I don't use it. I've got a Heathkit HL2200 that I use rarely out there next to that Ten-Tech. There's 3 amplifiers that use the same tubes. And I don't really use any of them. Anyway, I should have kept that that Pro 2. The Pro 2 is better than the Pro. And all these keys right here, they light up, I think, if I remember correctly, and they're soft keys. They're not hard plastic like on here. The meter has a little bit slightly different color to it, but the screen looks better. I thought it was a better radio. And I tried to get it back from the guy because he told me, he said, look, if you decide that you want to get rid of this amplifier, let me know. And so I told him a couple of years ago, hey, look, I'd like to get my 761 and my Pro 2 back. I don't want this amplifier anymore. And this guy was dying too, okay? And he knew it. But he told me he was in complete denial about it. He's like, no, I can't do that because the Pro 2 is set up with a PW1 or some amp or something, and I can't break it up with that. And I gave the 761 to a new ham. And then he says that he got the 761 back, and then he wanted to trade me back with that and some other fucking radios that I didn't want. And I was like, no, you don't get it. I want what I traded you back. And then he got all mad at me, bitched me out that I made him go get the other radio back. And I was like, that wasn't really what I wanted. I wanted my Pro 2 back. And I almost told him, like, look, dude, you're dying of cancer. and you don't want to trade me back. And you never get on the radio. But we never had that conversation. And this is the guy that gave me a couple of free radios. He's a really nice guy. His name was Alan. He gave me a Ten-Tec Corsair 2, which didn't work right. And he raved about it. He was kind of upset that I didn't like it, but I didn't want to pretend to like it. And he gave me 2 Johnson Matchbox tuners and a broken Swan Atlas 350. And I think he might have gave me another radio too that I'm not remembering. I gave him a MC50 desk microphone that he wanted. He was a weird guy, but he lived in a really rich area of Glendale, and you could tell he'd been there for a long time. And he had a bunch of broken down BMWs in his front yard, and like a 85 Ford F-250 gas truck was what he had to drive around. He was way out of place. He'd been there for so long, you know. But I think he was about 90 years old, maybe. And he was a miracle he was alive. He kept having problems and going to the hospital, and he was like on a very, very strict type of diet that would not feed the cancer. He made it for a long time, but my last message I got from him was he was at a rehab facility, and he said, in a text message, he said, I don't know if I'm ever going to go home. And I don't think he did. He's never replied. He's not listed as Silent Key on QRZ, but anyway. That's a bummer that he passed away. I'm sure of it. But I was like, come on, let me get my radio back. You can have your amplifier. I mean, and the amplifier is worth more money than a Pro 2 and a 761. But he wouldn't do it.
This is November by 5. Got you kind of a tough 4x3 here in New Mexico.
I swear this is it for ham radio. You get to do FT8 and you get to do nets and listen to people jam each other.
November Mike 5 X-ray Zulu, Mate, Taos, New Mexico.
Now, I had another friend that died, and he didn't live real close. His name was Lee, and one of his neighbors that he was friends with took all of his shit and sold it at all the ham fests. And I don't know if that guy, you know, gave it all to the wife or what. But here's the thing. If somebody wanted me to sell their dead husband's stuff, I'm not trying to drag that shit to every ham fest to sell. So I just don't think anybody's going to be like, hey, my husband died. I know you guys were friends. Can you sell all his stuff for me and bring me the money? I don't think that's ever happened. Now, I know there's people that have died and they wanted to get rid of the house because the family inherited the house, and they were like, hey, whoever wants to take this antenna tower down can have it. Because it actually costs quite a bit of money to remove a tower. But I've seen some pretty brutal estate stuff where they came in with wire cutters and scissors and literally just started cutting cords behind the wall to get all the shit out.
Actually, see if you can hear him. Monty there, go ahead and see if he can hear you.
VK2, Delta Delta Tom. This is November Mike.
Is it Monty or Monte?
Are you in there, buddy? I've got nothing on that. Sorry.
God, my neck keeps popping out of place.
He said he didn't hear anything, but he did give you a second report, Monty, but did you hear anything?
It's funny because Chuck is the only one that hears everything.
Okay. All right.
Obviously, the antenna is the most important thing in ham radio, but these guys don't seem to agree with me. This guy Chuck has got a wire beam antenna that points every
You
direction.
want to try somebody else, Mike?
Sure. Give me a second. Let me go. Victor Echo 6. I'll put my box uniform up there in Rocky Mountain now. Are you in there, Tom?
November Mike 5, X-ray Zulu. You're 5 by 8 for me. This is Victor Echo 6, Alpha Papa uniform. You are 5 by 8, Monty.
Thanks, Bob. I've got you at 5 by 7 here in New Mexico. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for the 5 by 7. 5 by 7, 5 by 8. Back to you, Monty.
Yeah, so I'll send it back to that. 73.
And that's KO7B. Monty, this is KO7B. I'd like to work you. I have you 5 and 8. 5
All right, catch you later, buddy. Have a good night. It's got to be like
I've got you 5 and 8 in New Mexico, South.
4 a.m., buddy. 1 o'clock here.
Thank you very much. 5 8, hopefully we don't ever get down. In fact, all we did is Albuquerque, St. Lynn, it's up there by the casino, and we just don't get down ever. So, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks with you. This is KO7B going Kilo, Juliet 6, Mike Sierra. KJ6MS. Mark, it's your turn. And a good morning. Yes, I'm going to go the previous way. November, Mike. Monty, you're 5950. 59 Southern California. Kilo, Juliet 6, Mike. Over.
Good evening, Mark. I've got you at 5'8" also. You're the first person all night that I've actually had my antenna pointed at, so I'm glad you can hear me a little bit. Anyhow, thanks for the call, and I'll send my 73s your way, and guess we'll get back to the net.
Okay, Monty, first of all, I'm going to tell you 5'8". I do need for you to repeat the report that I sent you for confirmation, and I gave you a 5'9", please. Over.
Yeah, Mark, I've got 5'9" from you and 5'8" going your way.
I appreciate that, and welcome to the Triple X Net.
Cows.
Oregon, KO7B.
I guess it's pretty fucking loud.
Echo call for Mark. Response in New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico.
0, Tango X-ray, Quebec. All in Colorado. Your turn, Paul.
If you use one of these radios on field day next to another radio, it will happen. My other antenna My other antenna is not that close to the other one.
Okay, Paul, 58, Roger, Roger. Okay, Paul, thanks for the call.
You pull! Oh my god, I'm sitting here doing nothing. I should be getting shit done.
He's back to net, Ron.
Ron!
Trade it out for me, I guess. Please note that line 39, Alpha India 4 Foxtrot Uniform, Jim in the 18-wheel mobile. He is now changed. He is in Kentucky. He is now in Kentucky. Mobile in Kentucky. Left on the list. K7ER. Kilo 7 Alpha Echo Romeo. Anthony, Arizona. Your turn, Anthony. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, Anthony, you're 5 and 9 plus here. 5, 9 plus as usual. I haven't heard you in a while. K7AER. This is K9RM. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, you're pushing like 15 over, so it's hard to tell, you know, band conditions change from one night to the next, but it's hard to compare, obviously, you don't have the antenna to compare with, but it's working very well here. Anyway, how's my signal there? Copy 20 over, so yeah, 5, 9 plus both ways. And that's really good. Thanks for the shout. I just want to make a quick comment to Ron while I've got the mic. Don't forget line 19 there, Ron. Your turn. Anyway, thanks for being there, Anthony. Now back to you. Wow, okay. I didn't know that. Well, that's fantastic. Well, congrats. Yeah, it's really working very well. So hopefully you'll have a lot of fun with that. Wow, that's impressive. Can you give it to line 19 for a call? Yeah, VK2 Alpha November Sugar. This is Kilo 9 Radio Mike. Assisting the net here. My name's Chuck. If you're still there, would you like to make any call? Go ahead. VK2ANS, are you there? I kind of had this weird feeling you might be a drive-by, so I guess that's kind of the case there, right? Well, that's set up. I should have gotten the other one. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't want to interrupt the flow. It's just a toss-up sometimes because you know, we got a lot of DS that does come in, you know, we got to get prioritized, but it'd be nice at least, because I know some of the guys stateside are already pretty, you know, waiting patiently. So it takes a while to get down to the bottom of the list sometimes, over. Anywhere for the that was VK4. I'm not sure, VK4 uniform. we got a pretty good copy. We got you there. What's the name? Over.
I think I'm gonna hook up this Drake.
Yeah, okay, Bill. Yeah, we do. Very well. My name's Chuck. So stand by with us. Don't run off. We're going to give you a turn, but we're still just trying to settle in some more check-ins, okay? Okay, mate. Back to that K9RM. Check-in.
There's no mating on the frequency. No mate. Do not mate on the frequency. He pull. He pull. Hook this radio up. I got a Drake radio over here, and I'm gonna need a different connector to hook it up. Antenna.
Really?
Hey Chuck. Hey Chuck. I think I could actually hook a. No, I can't. It's like I could hook another radio to this.
Yeah, there was some doubling. I think he did, yeah. Okay. I'm looking for any other check-ins. I need check-ins for AAA. CSI, gotcha, Chuck. We're white, but we got it. W2 CSI in the building. Any other check-ins for AAA? Taking your call. Okay, I switched the antennas and I caught a Kilo Alpha Bravo. Give me that again. Okay, Kilo 7 Echo Alpha Bravo. Okay, thanks. This is K9R. I'm looking for any any other check-ins. Okay, that's all we got back to you, Ron. K9RM. All right, we'll get these good check-ins occurred. And, let's see, the Victor Kilo 4 uniform. Yeah, that's right here. No. Can you give us the line 20? Okay, VK4, uniform. We're giving you a turn to make any call you'd like there, Bill. This is K9RM, over. Are you still there, Bill? VK4, uniform? You gotta run. Okay, I understand. I think you said your master call. Anyway, I know you got a call from someplace. All right, we'll catch you later. Thanks for joining.
I forgot this fucking receiver has no speaker.
Okay, I'm gonna try to back connect control KO7B. This is KO7B. Kilo November 6 San Diego. Your turn, bud. Thank you, Ron. Thanks for the great net. Another great net tonight. I'm going to try for that Queensland 10 watts. Victor Kilo 4, Yankee Echo Sierra. Greg, this is Kilo November 6 Zulu, KN6Z. I'll copy. Okay, I believe I copied a 5 and 5. I'll estimate here to you about a 5 and 7, 5 and 7, 5 and 7. Okay.
Transfer power supply hazard.
Okay, thank you, Greg. We got a 5, 5, my way, 5, 7 his way. Can you put that back in there? Go ahead. 10 watts, that's what it says on that locker. Back in it. Continue 17. Next call, we got Alpha 7, Alpha.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I never really was sure about the prefix. I know I heard the Alpha. It's W7 station, Alpha. Are you still there? The 15 or an hour? Now that I heard you, okay, never mind. Okay, I think we made a mistake there. Or we were just Yankee Julius Turner.
Cobra. I don't really want to stack these units. Alright, well, I'm able to place the receiver next to the transmitter's power supply, which has a speaker. We're going to switch our coax around. Let me get my speaker hooked up. Grab a flashlight. All right, here's the Drake. So we got here. We need I ain't got no audio, which is sort of strange. Okay, RF gain. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can find the net. What I can probably do is spot the radio first. That might be easy. Let's see. Let's put out this on the dummy load, and then I'll go. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if we're not. I'm thinking this thing could be incorrect. Let's go ahead and give it a carrier AM. We got 50 watts. I'm going to turn that down. Okay, 10 watts. I got 10 watt carrier. Okay. Let's see if we can find it on here. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I hadn't thought about it, but it's not picking up anything. It's got to be like right there. So when you peak this thing for maximum noise, it tricks you. Okay, let's go sideband. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not very loud. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna zero beat it. Okay, that's close enough. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got the power turned down.
1, 2, 3, 4, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 756 Pro, and I'm into the dummy load, and we're receiving on the R4B.
So that sounds pretty damn good. Okay. Okay, that's the ICOM. We're about to see if we can hear. Could be hearing something. Huh. Interesting. Wonder why I'm not able to hear anything. It seems like the noise floor is not correct, meaning that this receiver isn't working. Very strange. Okay, it ain't that. It's not very good, obviously. Let's go back over to the other radio. These signals are pretty weak. Okay. This guy's really strong. I should be able to hear him. I think something's wrong with it. Yeah, no. Interesting. Like I need another project, right? Okay, I'm on the dummy load. 1, 2. I need to. Oh, you know, I didn't peak the pre-selector either. But actually, yes, I did. Never mind. One,
2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't pop up anywhere else except for there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
2, 3, 4.
Let me see if there's another spot where it maybe pops up over here. Where it seemed like the S maybe stuck a clip up.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's turn the notch off. 1, 2,
3.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna kind of check everything and see. Low 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn off the AVC. Put it on fast. Put it on slow. Put it on medium. Okay. Low 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have a filter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now when I do that, I can't even hear myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe it has to be over there. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's lower and upper sideband. It doesn't really have a switch. It has a pass band. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. No, I don't have anything on the S meter. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see. We wolf that over here. 1, 2, 3. And we go 1.2, 2.4, 4.8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And that isn't recognizing anything at all. Hello? 1, 2, 3, 4. But I am on a dummy load. Okay, I just pulled on the RF gain, and that's kind of funny. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I think I maybe noticed that there's a problem with the RF gain knob. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I'm gonna put that on fast. Hello. 1, 2. And
If you roll the RF gain back just a little bit, it doesn't even come through.
I pull on it. The receiver gets louder. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. It shouldn't do that.
That's the maximum I'm able to get this thing to work at. Now let's go back. Okay, if I can hear these guys. Shit. It's like, why am I not able to hear anything? Oh yeah, and see then on noise blanker, I got nothing. Maybe the noise blanker is in the transmitter. So I guess this thing doesn't work right. Should be able to hear those guys. Huh. So this thing's like pretty much deaf. Another broken radio. I guess I'll have to shut it down. I mean, it works, but it's like it's got a whole stage missing or something. Now, in the transmitter, the PTO doesn't work. And I don't know what's going to be wrong with this one. I have heard it received before, but only on really strong signals. And it should work on noise blanker, but it's not. Which is kind of strange. So do I have the wrong thing plugged in? Is there a switch somewhere that I'm supposed to pay attention to? Okay. I'm not plugged into the right thing. It says spare. Good Lord.
Well, he was the one who just had to step away, go down the hall. He said, let me see.
I'm like,
CO7V, you're getting a call. Are you back?
I'm like, there's no way this thing doesn't work.
Yeah, he just stepped away for a second. Is there anyone else you heard you want to call?
There we go. How about that? I wish I could get the whole thing in the picture, you know?
That's Victor Echo 6 Alpha Papa United. His name's Bob. Bob, you're getting a call.
It's weird. It's like it's the weirdest radio I've ever seen where it doesn't have upper and lower sideband. It's kind of got like a BFO.
He gave you a report, Bob.
Come on.
Okay. Okay, hang on, guys. You both heard the same reports, and you both heard the same report wrong. You both heard a 2x2. That was not correct in both directions. So let's go all over. YES there. Greg, go ahead and give his report again. Over. No. Try it again there. One more time there, Greg. I guess kind of closer. The second number's right, but again there, Greg, again. Over. Okay, that ain't gonna work, I guess. Okay. K07V, he was actually trying to work you. Are you back?
That meter's not right.
Okay, listen up. BK4YES will give you a second report. Go ahead, Greg.
Now, it still doesn't work on the noise blanker.
Okay, no problem. Come back again. As long as we got quiet, static level here, which is rare, but I can hear well. You're doing a great job with your 10 watts, but most evenings in the summer are probably not going to hear you. So thanks for coming by there, Greg. He said he kind of lost you too, Ron, so scratch the call. He's got to sign out. All right, come back again soon. 7-3, Greg. Okay, mate. VK2ANS, are you there? Okay, let's go down to VK2 Mike Radio Foxtrot. I think that's Mark. Welcome to the net. You want to make any call there? Go ahead.
I guess if I really wanted to, I could hook the other radio up and check into the net. I'd have to get my laptop out and all this other bullshit.
Well, you got fantastic audio on that PDX10, and okay on the Modus, the 95 watts. That's working great. You are 5 and 7. You're 5 and 7, and I heard you give me a 5-9, maybe 5 overtimes. Anyway, 5-9, and I got you a good 5-7 with fantastic audio there, Mark. Over.
Over.
Charlie Hotel, United Charlie Kilo, and we're in Indiana. Over.
73 degrees. Flood watch. Keep on the fan.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, well, you have a safe, long trip. Oh, it sounds like a long trip. That's my hometown. That's my hometown. That's originally where I'm from, by the way. Okay, well, have a good trip. All right, I'm going to turn it back to Ned. This is K9RM.
All right, K9RM. Now your turn, Chuck. You have to keep talking.
Well, let me try real quick. November Mike 5 X-Ray Zulu. 5-9 here, 5-9. This is K9 Radio Mike, over. Yeah, well.
Monty and Tahoe. Monty, are you back? You're getting a call.
Okay, I'll just take a pass here, Ron, and try to move on the net. This is K9RM, thanks.
Whiskey 6 and Juliet Alpha Yankee. Jay, if that's your turn, I think he checked out. Yeah, he's gone. I'll make him. Next, we're going to November Delta 6 Victor, David, California. Your turn, David.
Victor Kilo 2, Alpha November Sierra. Victor Kilo 2, Alpha November Sierra. November Delta. Victor Kilo 2, Mike Romeo Fox. Victor Kilo 2, Mike Romeo Fox. November Delta 6 Victor calling. VK2 MRF, Mark, you're getting a call from California. He said he couldn't hear you there, Dave. Victor Kilo 2, Mike Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Kilo 2, Mike Romeo Foxtrot. November Delta 6 Victor calling. Did you hear anything that time there, Mark? Okay, mate. I think he might be hearing you. He said he's got a modest setup. He's on a wire antenna instead of his shorty 40, so he can't hear you there, Dave. Sounds good. Let's try Victor Kilo 2, Alpha November Sierra. Victor Kilo 2, Alpha November Sierra. November Delta, Victor calling. And he hasn't been responding. VK2 Alpha November Sierra, are you there? I think we need to make that gray. Okay, last attempt, Kilo 4, Delta Romeo Alpha. Kilo 4, Delta Romeo Alpha. This is November Delta. I think he came in and wanted to work Ron, and then he left. I'd do a 60 back tonight.
All of it is back tonight. This is KO78. HC3DSS, Nico, are you checking in this morning?
This is
Bill called, but he's on the list. Hotel Papa 3, Echo Foxtrot Sierra, HT3. Anybody needs Canada? Rico in Canada is on the list. Let's go back down. I think we don't know how many of these people are still here, so I'm going to open it up. At the bottom half of the seaside list. Anyone down there want to make a call, drop your phone back. November 0 Tango Echo. November Alpha 1 Bravo Echo. Okay, I got two. I got Kai and I got Barry. November 0 Tango Media Echo. Go ahead, Kai. I am going to call Alpha Echo Romeo. You copy November 2. Echo. K78ER, did you run off? Apparently so. It was about a 5-3. All right, 5-3. I'll take the 5-3. And I'll put you at 5-5. 5-5. QSL? Copy the 5-5. 5-3. 5-5. Good call. All right, that's a good call. 5-5. November 0 Tango Kilo Lima 4, Charlie Whiskey. Kilo Lima 4, Charlie Whiskey, Matt. I'll copy November Alpha 1 Bravo Echo, over. I copy. I'm going to throw you my number. 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. Come back with the string of numbers.
35? What is that? That's awfully strange.
But I copy a 5-5, 55, 5-5, double nickel. But I copy a 5-6, 56, 5-6, over. I think I heard a 5-8, 58, 5-8, over. Thirty-five to you at 58 to me. Is that affirmative? You had it right. You had it right. What did you see? You saw your one down there? No, that was right. Mary, I'm pretty sure you heard you. What did you say you gave him again? 95. call. Drop your call sign. November 0, Tango Indian Echo. I'm going to give Tango Indian Echo. Triple eight Denver 3 for anyone on the list for call. Please drop your call sign.
K9, all right.
Go ahead, bro. Dr. Chuck.
Yeah, he just said he's in high elevation here, like 2,500 feet.
K9RS, your turn, Chuck.
Okay, this is K9RM. November Mike 5 X-ray Zulu. This is Kilo 9 Radio Mike 5959, over. Yeah, 59 both ways. Okay, Monty, thanks. Yeah, it's a good call. But 59 plus here all night. Sounding great. Great audio there. Okay, thanks there, Ron. Back to Ned, K9RM.
Triple eight listening for anybody on the list for call. Or check in. Drop your call sign. Go ahead, Mervin. This is KO17. That's for anyone to call or check in. Cut out. Alpha Juliet Yankee. Okay, I got Alpha Juliet Yankee. I got Tango India Echo. There was another coming up. Alpha Juliet. Okay, let's go with the November 5, Alpha.
Yeah, I'd like to try number line 47, November Michael,
5 X-Ray Zulu over there in New Mexico. You copy? 5-7 both ways. Thank you for the call. Have a good evening or good morning. Sure, November 5, Alpha Juliet Yankee, N5 AJY.
Okay, I guess we're back to that. S0TIE. Hi, go ahead. Mike Alpha Zulu, Comets, Oklahoma. Go ahead.
He hadn't been responding. T7AER, are you there? I think he's gone away.
Okay, let's try Kilo 4.
Wow. Try. It would be funny to get on there and use his call sign. Rather than tell him, don't call me Todd, my name's Mikey.
Anyone on the list for call or check-ins come now?
This should check in, but I have to switch radios. It'd be hard to try and continue to talk like him. Yeah, this is Kilo Charlie 4 Tango Victor Zulu. I'd like to check into the Triple H net. I got some squirrel stew. Yeah, this is Kilo Charlie Tango Victor Zulu. I don't got no calls. No calls, over. You know, it's weird. I hooked this little antenna up, and I put it on top of the Drake power supply, and I've got a 1.5 SWR on 3.880 megahertz. If I hold the thing right. And it's one of these, what they call like a Outbacker wannabe antenna. It's sitting on a mag mount. I'm like, I wonder if I could make contacts on that thing from inside. Because we got some storms coming here pretty quick. I know I should be getting ready for bed. It's like 2 in the morning. I couldn't figure out why this radio didn't work right. I had it uses RCA connectors on the back. I had the antenna plugged into the wrong port. Right next to the antenna, there's a port called spare. Let's see what band this resonates on. It's got taps on the antenna. And you plug this wandering lead.
Very close with your numbers. Try it again. Numbers only.
It'll be the bottom tap. I'm going to come up to the next one. And that's either going to be 60 meters or it's going to be 40. Let's see. I used one of the antennas inside the house before, the super antenna, and I was making contacts on 80 meters with local people. We got 8 megahertz. Let's see where it stops.
Okay, if that's going to work, let's move on. Anyone on the list for call or check in to drop the call sign?
7150. I have got a 1.4 SWR with the wandering lead.
Hotel Papa 3, Echo Papa Sierra.
Oh.
Delta 6 Victor calling. Hotel Papa 3, Echo Papa Sierra.
It will not
Delta 6 Victor calling.
focus, will it? Anyway. I've had pretty good luck with that little antenna.
You're getting a call from November Delta 6 Victor.
It's on top of a gigantic, huge transformer. So that power supply right there, there's a transformer and the speaker inside of it, and that runs the Drake transmitter. So there's definitely a lot of iron underneath it. Now, if I move the antenna and put it on the floor, it doesn't want to come off either. Let me put the antenna on the floor and see what that does. I bet you it's bad now. It went up to 3 something to 1. Still resonant in the same spot. Let's see what happens if I hold it in my hand. If I hold it in my hand, it gets wild. That depends on where you grab it at. I'm holding the base of it. We got a 3 to 1 SWR on 7150. But yeah, that's weird.
November 0
1.6. It won't focus. Yeah, it wouldn't do much good, I don't think, with a metal roof. But, yeah, there's not much going on the radio anymore anyway. I mean, there really isn't. I tuned all over the bands the last couple of days, and I've just not really been able to find anything. These guys are on here every night. But this radio hasn't drifted one bit, and this is all tube. Well, there's a couple of transistors in it, but each stage in the radio uses tubes. I've not been able to fix the transmitter though, so I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. I don't really need to be talking on the radio. There isn't anybody on the radio that I want to talk to. So unless I checked into their net here.
Back to net, Ron, and KF0TXQ has been trying. He wants the last call.
There's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango Victor Zulu. I want to make a call for some squirrel stew.
But yeah, that's what we normally do, but you are still having customers there, so yeah, it is what it is. All right, KF0TXQ, Paul, go ahead and make your call.
Well, you know, actually, if you have a metal roof and the sides of the building aren't metal, it'd probably still work. I'll probably grab the QRP radio and hook it up to this antenna. I'll have it doing some FT8. See if it works. Since I gotta be in the house watching the kids during the day.
Okay, Paul, good to have you in there, and yeah, you're never really late on the net till we actually close the net, so come back whenever you can. Don't have to be there at the top of the net start. 73, have a good morning. Right, this is K9 Radio Mike, and we're looking for last calls. Anyone for last call? Yeah, good evening to you too, Ty. 59 plus as always, over. QSL, you too, and thanks for your help there with TXQ there. This is K9RM.
Actually, I think you probably could do FT8 from inside the house, but you should just get a little antenna like this and put it on
right, it's pretty quiet. It's amazing. I've had
a cookie sheet and then just try and do some FT8.
Mornings here for summertime. My noise level S3, it sure beats the 10 and 20 over I was getting for probably a couple months there, Ron, with the static crashes. So anyway, back to you. I'm probably going to jinx myself now. Tomorrow I'll probably be back to the real high noise again. KO7V, this is K9RM. Thanks for the great net.
It might even work. Yeah, Bravo Echo has an echo. Bravo Echo, go ahead, Echo. Well, you should try and see if you can make FT8 contacts with an antenna inside of there. And then, if that works, then see if you can make some SSB contacts. I guess that's the end of the net. And see if we can. Usually there's some stations down here.
Mingo, are you there, Mingo? Over.
Over! Somebody's calling for mangoes.
Adelante, Mingo. Adelante, Mingo. Copy on. 73, Chris. No copy on Mingo.
You notice it translates the word ka into some Chinese or Japanese letters. If you say ka ka, I wonder, there used to be a group of guys that were on like up over here. Let me see if I can find anything on 80 meters. This radio, you constantly have to retune it if you tune through 80 a lot. This thing has a notch filter. It's pretty crazy. I'm not sure what frequency I'm on, but it's almost probably 3800, which is the DX window. Yeah, this could very well be some DX stations. I'm having a hard time hearing them. This is just one half of the Drake. This is the receiver. So I have an R4B and a TX4B. And there's another version, a T4B. And the T4B doesn't have a VFO in it. So the transmitter looks like the receiver, and then this speaker is actually the power supply for the transmitter. I think these are early 70s, late 60s. I'm not real sure though. I can't get the transmitter to work right. It will do CW, but it won't do sideband. On single sideband, it just puts out a carrier. But it does transmit. I wish I could hear these guys better. Let's see if there's anything else. Usually there's some activity right about here. Yeah, there's somebody right here. They're not real strong. And I'm going to have to retune my pre-selector here in a second.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know how many people they lost to. Quite a few.
I'm going to say we're on 3.875 or 7.8 or 7.9. There's a group that meets on there. I'd say it's probably 7.9 because if you look here, if you can see it, we're right just past the line before the 10. And we're on past 38.75. Problem with these old radios is you find a signal, you got to stay put for a while because if you jump around on the band, you don't even know where they were at. And a lot of times, you know, like at night, there's not a lot on. If there's like nothing else left but CW, then I'll learn CW. But I've tried to learn CW and I can't remember it. Now, I think there's a lot less people on the radio on the West Coast now. Because here it's late at night, so 3 hours later, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning somewhere. So I think most of the traffic is Midwest to East Coast. I know I used to sell CB radios on eBay. And it was always somebody on the East Coast buying the radios. Yeah, it's 2:19 here. I would go lay down, but usually what happens is I lay down and I lay down for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I don't fall asleep. And the kids, they've been like waking me up and stuff, and it was easier when they were going to school. But it's like, there's been nights where I'm like, I'm going to go to bed early. And I sit there and lay there for 4 or 5 hours awake, looking at crap on my phone. Especially if I sit and surf Amazon. I should see if I can hear anything with this indoor antenna. But I'd probably switch over to the other radio to do all that. The ICOM's actually got 2 antenna ports. If I want to do that, it would be pretty easy. All this rain lately, it's just super nasty and humid. Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to go to bed here in a second myself. I'm gonna go shut the shop down.
What was that, Bill?
Maybe I gotta disconnect the antenna too because, oh, I just realized that my data cable is out here. I can set up my ICOM to do FT8. That's lame. Damn it. These are slow steaming. I gotta disconnect my antenna.
Well, yeah. The channel 12 here on the Winston Salem, when there's some storm, and the weather will overtake the normal programming, and then just be whipping around with that mountain, moving it around, making you dizzy, and say, well, there's a little whatever it is, little rotation here, little tornadic activity here, but nothing happens. Sick of hearing about that stuff. Shove it down your throat. To take the show everything, that thing will keep an eye on everything. Keep an eye on things, yeah, you generally could. Yeah, I think you run AM with that, I think. Bag. Stay cool with that, man. but this is I saw fixing the Mackinac Bridge and you could all see the smoke of the northern Minnesota, the Houston, my gosh, it just got full of smoke. That's a good picture of Mackinac Bridge. Hey, Sam, Jim's talking.
Oh, it's raining good. Aha! Yeah, receive only port would be nice. Let's see, the only radio that really has that is the 3000. And the 7610. The bunch of these radios have a receive out port, and it's either for to send the signal to a dedicated receiver or to have a separate receive antenna. My FT102 and my 901, I think they have a receive out, but I just can't think of any other radios that do it except for the 3000. So probably the FTDX 2000 and 5000. The DVI shit is fucking stupid, and the reason that it's so dumb is because you can blow up your video card inside the radio by using an adapter. Yeah. But all those radios are grossly overpriced, and they don't have anything in the video department. That new 7300 is the only radio that has an HDMI port. These cheap-ass motherfuckers use the DVI because the licensing fees are cheaper. You still have to pay a licensing fee to use DVI. DVI is not free to use. They're so cheap, I'm surprised they didn't use RGB. But, I mean, the DVI is superior to HDMI. And it's more durable, but it doesn't transport audio. And the fact that it can't be used with an adapter is what's the deal breaker for me. I don't care if you have a DVI port, but make it protected. So what happens if you get a DVI to HDMI cable off of Amazon, a straight through cable, and you hook it to your TV, like a smart TV? The smart TV sends bi-directional messages up and down the HDMI. And those voltages are like 4 to 10 volts or something like that. It sends pulsed signals, and that's what takes out the card. So DVI doesn't have dual. And so some guys have gotten away with using HDMI to DVI adapters because they're actually using a computer monitor that usually doesn't send two-way signals over HDMI, but smart TVs do. And if you look on the back of your TV where it says HDMI 1 ARC, well, that ARC thing is basically audio transport. And a TV that has ARC can send audio out over the HDMI to your receiver while still playing over the air antenna stuff. So if they had just done it properly and made it to where any adapter could work without blowing the fucking radio up, it wouldn't be a big deal. But so you're relegated to older computer monitors, and that's it. Like, I can't even use a video capture card because it's possible that it might send a signal into the radio. So there's no way I would ever fucking pay all that money for a 101. We'll see what they decide to do next, but yeah, ain't that something? Yeah. I don't know why they did it. There's lots of people that have opinions why they did it, but you know, unless those people work for the company, it's just an opinion. I can hear some signals on here right now. Really, really weak. Let me see here. I'm about to disconnect the antenna because we got a storm right now. And it's raining out there, and there could be lightning at any time. I got some really cool pictures yesterday, but they kind of overexposed. Let's see. This is the indoor antenna now. If we hear anything, I'll be surprised, but you never know. I'll go ahead and put this one back on that radio, and I've got to go outside and get soaked in the rain. It's actually on 40 right now. Signal should come up now. So I'm on the indoor antenna. Let's see if maybe we pick anything up. I'm not sure what frequency I'm on. I think I'm at the top of the band though. Definitely picking up all the interference. So my plan is tomorrow I'm gonna run the laptop and this indoor antenna, and I'm gonna do some FT8, or maybe I'll just do it right now. It's too hard to tell what's going on with a radio like this. So I think I'm going to switch back over here. I'll go ahead and shut this one off. And plus this thing puts out a shitload of fucking heat. Drop that cord down there, but whatever. I got the laptop on top of the fucking thing too, which is not good. Should be some people down low in the band. Got that old radio smell from having that thing on. Okay, let's try. Okay, I'm gonna see if it'll tune. it's resonant at 3.8, and I'm not making any adjustments to this thing. It doesn't look like it's gonna like that antenna at all. It says, All right, let's go. Put the jumper on 40. Let's see if we can get this one to tune. I have a feeling it'll tune 40. But I might be wrong. It looks like it almost did. Alright. Let's go. Let's see. The next one up from that would be 40. I don't know if it's 30. This antenna might cover 30 meters. I think that's probably 20 right here. It said no for that. Let's try the other position. And it said no for that. Let's try the next tap up. And it said no for that. Okay, we got 17 meters. Will it tune 17? Nope. So let's see, this should be 80, 40, 30, 20, 17, or that might be 15 meters. I don't know if it's 15 or not. It sure doesn't look. Okay, so if this is 15, maybe that's 15. For a second I thought it was going to tune it. Okay. And we have 3 taps left. So let me try the next one up. Okay. I'm gonna try 12 meters. So we have the next tap up could be 12 meters. I don't know. Or it could be 10. Let's try the next one up. This thing wasn't tuning anything. Okay. Let's try 10 meters. There's 1 tap left on the antenna, but I think that's for 6 meters. Didn't tune that. I noticed the antenna was loose on the end. Okay, that didn't work. It'll tune 6 meters. That's funny. Okay, 6 meters works. I use a program called JTDX. It's a little bit better than WSJTX. It when you're decoding everything, it shows you, like where they are, city and state, country, and all that. So this indoor antenna tuned itself for 6 meters and no other band. I mean, it probably works on some other band in the middle of the band because it's not a CW antenna. They made a version of this that was meant for CW. This one's an MFJ. There's one that you can buy on Amazon called an Outbacker 2000, and it's meant for CW. And that would probably work for FT8. Anyway, we get the antenna all disconnected. Let's go back down to here. I'm just going to leave the antenna wide open. Remove the jumper. We're going to turn this tuner off too. I don't think we'll hear anything. This is a band that if you don't have a good antenna, you wouldn't even know anybody was on here. Look how quiet that band is. Yep. Alright, well, that's it for me. Well, you try both of them. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go to bed. Or try to. It's good seeing you, man. It's been a while. I shall catch you later.